So this is interesting. So this is Russian TV, and this is like one of the top news channels. And so this guy here, you could tell he's starting to question the government and realize they're fucking lying to us. So I just find this clip kind of interesting.
Нашей власти весной этого года был вручен колоссальный кредит народного.
So he says our authorities were given a colossal credit of people's trust in the spring of this year, but it would be a very big mistake to think that this credit of trust will not be
Доверия. Но было бы очень большой ошибкой считать, что этот кредит доверия неисчерпаем. Считать, что он вечен, непрекращен.
exhausted. To think that it is eternal and untouchable. If it is spent the way it has been spent over the last 2.5 months, I am afraid that we will face very big political problems. We, the whole country, every one of us, because the enemy is not fighting for life, but to death, our death. It is fighting for its own survival. He's talking about Ukraine, obviously. Too many in and around our political elite assume that the main task is to return everything to February 21st. I didn't misspeak again, not to the 23rd, not to the 24th, but to the 21st of February, to the moment when the Donetsk and Luhansk People's Republics were recognized by Russia. Many people want it all back. He says, well, something, of course, of the conquered to keep. Crimea, for example, where many people have bought their estates, but too many people want it all back. I assume he's talking about the Ukrainians want it back. Crimea. A castle in France, a mansion in London, a penthouse in New York, a luxury villa in Dubai, where you can't go now, right? That's a big problem as well. So he's talking about the elite in Russia, the ones that the oligarchs that they can't go to their luxury villa in Dubai because of the sanctions. They can't go to New York. They can't go to their castle in France or their mansion in London. And so he's talking about the goodwill of the government, meaning this war, the special military operation. And he's kind of talking about how his patience is kind of running out. I'm a very loyal person. I really want to trust our state, but even I, with my biography, with my genetics, am beginning to not trust our state. And what do people think in the Moscow and St. Petersburg subways where our bosses don't go? So he's basically talking about the leadership, meaning Putin and his generals, are losing the trust and the goodwill of the people and the other oligarchs. And then that's going to create internal strife where the Russians are basically going to be fighting each other.